Now remember what is happening here. They were enslaved for many years, and suddenly they have been set free. They did not know God. They didn't understand much about God. They only heard about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, their forefathers. But personally, they had no relationship with him. They didn't know him. At the same time, God called Moses from the backside of the desert, give him an encounter and then a piece of wood in his hand, and God used him to set the children of Israel free from captivity. All the while, Moses was amongst the people. God was communing with him and giving him instructions. But Minister Deborah, when was time for a new dimension, God told Moses something different. God said to Moses, come up. Moses had to go up to the mountain. He could not hear from God amongst the people anymore, because it was time for a new movement. They were no longer enslaved where they did not know about God. God was trying to make himself known to them. So Moses, their leader, had to do something different because it was a new time for them. So Moses had to forget sitting among the people and just being among them and take his relationship to the next level. So he went up to the mountain to meet with God. He and he alone. To sit there and commune with God and receive instructions for the new move. And as he went up into the mountain in chapter 20, it will tell you where God spoke to Moses and gave him the 10 commandments. The instructions, bear in mind, don't forget, they did not know God. They did not know the ways and the word of God. So now that they have been set from captivity and now they are free, God had to give them rules and regulations so that they can know him and please him. But in order for Moses to receive the word from God, he had to leave the presence of the people and go up. God is calling the church to take their relationship with him. And it's not that we haven't heard this before, but allow me to speak as the Lord gave me instruction. To move, Minister Tracy, from this level to the next. It's time we stop dwelling amongst the people and take our relationship up to the next step. You see, because life and Christianity have stages. The only two people that was born adults was Adam and Eve. And they wasn't born, they were rather, it was a different thing with them. But anybody else came into the earth, came as a baby. And as a baby, what do? You go through stages. And as you go through stages, what do you go through? Changes. Paul said, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I did things like a child. How does a child operate? Like a fool? They don't know much. But if you guide them the right way, they'll do the right thing. But they need training. They need direction. They need somebody to give them understanding. He said, but when I became a man, when I mature and come to another level, childish things. I didn't want baby food. They didn't feed me out of some kind of bottle that what are the people that make baby food? Was it Gerber? They didn't give me Gerber. I wanted filet mignon. I wanted good food that my teeth could have bit into. He said, but when I was a child, I thought as a child. I understood as a child. He said, but now I've grown up. You see, stages. Stages. Samantha, you all know my daughter. If you don't worry. She's 13 years old. I don't know how to buy clothes for the child. Because in a month time, she grown. And the clothes that she had in a month ago is no longer fitting her. So I got to be careful not to waste money and buy too much expensive stuff. Because it's only going to go to waste. Stages. But the church of Jesus Christ do not understand that life is a life of stages. We want to stay where we are, do the same thing that we did yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and expect to see change. That's You know what's the term for insanity? When you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expect different results. That's where the church is.